I refused repeatedly when people and raped the Kenyan people. I was violently removed because of this. And I am telling you that we need God to come down and save this country. Because I've told you, there is a gang.
At one
led by the head of state.
The cabal.
It is about looting.
Yeah.
It is about making money. It is about the State House boys. And it has nothing to do with the interests of Kenyans.
At one time, Gloria, the president himself went to a church. I think it was in Roysambu or Kasarani somewhere. And him and that church and the bishop, and they agreed they're going to host recruitment of so many youth.
And you remember they even brought pay bill numbers?
Yes.
And Alfred Mutua sat there.
Yes.
And people started paying. And you remember he sat there for almost an hour.
Indeed.
You know, if I'm lying, I want you to go back to that church and ask for the number of people who traveled. You know, the thing that really annoys me about this government is some things you don't need to argue with Orwoba. Who the hell is Orwoba? Who is she? She's lying. Just post in this daily newspaper the 430,000 Kenyans who have gone. Just put the names the way we write the names when people are recruited at KDF. See, we put names.
Yes.
See, we publicize and we say, and then you can see Nani from here and just put the names. He can't. The Senate inquiry asked him, bring the names of the people who have traveled. Because you're saying this thing is not a scam. To date, that is why they changed the leadership, put Crystal Asige in there, shut down that thing. And to date, if your conscience is clear, by the time you are shutting down that inquiry, don't you think at the bare minimum you owe Kenyans a list of the people who have benefited from this diaspora jobs? To date, there's no list. To date, they cannot tell you how many Kenyans have gone. Because the truth of the matter is that whatever was being done through government was just a form of public relation and to showcase that they're doing something about, jobs and whatever. And then beneath the surface, there's this whole other, let me say, black market where Kenyans are actually being sold to slavery, which I was also reading about, which the moment that thing came out, there are women who are sending SOSs. They thought they were going to be nannies and housekeepers. They are now sex slaves in Saudi.
And what are their options now? Because the damage has been done, as you rightly put it. Women are suffering, but I mean both men and women. We have men stranded in war zones because they left here thinking they're going to be security agents.
And they don't care. Nobody cares about them.
So what are the options of our fellow Kenyans?
What do we do? Let me ask you, what do we do? The only thing that I can do, because in my position, my hands are tied.
Yes.
By the way, I was taken to court by Alfred Mutua and we are still having a court case. I was sued for all sorts of things. They have hounded me down. They have done all sorts of... Parliamentary Service Commission, contrary to the law, has held on to all my benefits and my money. They are, behind the scenes, the thing that I'm dealing with. Let me tell you something. What are our options? The only thing that I can do is that I speak. I have a voice. I speak. I tell people, don't dare. Alfred Mutua in another 2 weeks will post vacancy, 1,000 drivers needed in Saudi Arabia. People will still go and give him money. People will still go and register. What can we do as Kenyans? Honestly speaking, I'm not trying to sell despair, but I'm trying to say this. We're in a situation where we are being led by thugs, liars, murderers, and rapists.
That's some serious stuff that you're saying, Gloria.
Yeah. That's what we're being led with. These are people, this is the reality. And in this reality, you must ask yourself as a Kenyan, because now you are aware, we are being led by thugs, liars, rapists, and conmen. Are you going to treat them the same way you treat normal leaders who care about you? No, you will not. You must treat them with aggression. You must not fall into the traps of tumenda kanisa tunaomba. These people are not men of God. These people are, in fact, God has left them. If any time, I want to tell Kenyans to go back and read the 7 books that were omitted from the Bible, where they talk about the spirits in human bodies. Those are the people that are leading you. Evil manifestation in human bodies who are out for your blood, to kill you, to murder you, to rape you. And so you cannot treat that person as if they're a leader. When you see them, treat them like you would treat the devil.
The argument that may hold some water, Gloria, is that if you had not been treated, or if you had not met the condition that you did, then being removed from Senate and all of this, that you would not be speaking in this manner.
But I was here. I was here when I was a senator. When I was I'm still a senator, legally. I was in this studio before even the Senate inquiry. By the way, you know, the Kenyans don't know a lot of things. There are so many things that I refuse to participate in that they tagged me as a problematic
Senator
person. This person should not be in our team. They're problematic. She has refused to close her eyes in the committees. She keeps hounding our ministers and cabinet secretaries over things. The cabinet secretaries will go and report me to the president. Tell that Senator of yours to stop asking us things. You know?
Yeah.
There are so many things I have refused to participate. Some I cannot even talk and engage in. Some I can't. I have totally refused. I keep asking people, I need you to go and check if I have ever traveled with the president to anywhere. If I've ever entered any of his choppers. I refused. Because I know goddamn well what happens. And I just refused a lot of things. I was like, because I know what happens in that space, why would I put myself in that space? I refused to play ball in the committees. I refused to keep quiet and put my head down. I refused to just be silent when a lot of things were happening in the floor of the house. I opposed the majority leader more than anyone in that house. That's something that you should not do. For your majority leader, when they propose a motion or whatever, you should always support them. Go and check them on record. I've opposed them. It's just that people choose not to see that. I refused repeatedly. When people were being called and told we have to go and sell this narrative for affordable houses. You know, the first week I went on TV and talked about affordable houses and the good that it's doing in terms of jobs.
You did?
And then I went back and I asked, okay, that's good. We are creating jobs. But why the hell are you asking people to buy the houses? And these houses have already been bought by the people. I asked it in State House at a parliamentary group meeting. And my colleagues were just saying, you are playing with fire. You are playing with fire. I have been so consistent in pushing back on so many evil things, some that people Kenyans cannot see, to the point that they said we are tired.
Of you?
Yeah.
So
we are tired, the labor, this labor thing.
Yeah.
Because the labor thing, I got a phone call from one of the CSs, who is now not a CS, from Mount Kenya.
Yeah.
And he told me, don't touch that. He told me, Orwoba, wachana na hiyo kitu. Nimekwambia wachane nayo. I said, watu wangu wamekoniwa. He said, nimekwambia wachane na hiyo kitu, itakuingiza kwa shida. So I got a call from a PS.
Right.
Who is giving money to these people.
To travel.
To tell me, don't, you know, we are dealing with ABCD. And the funny thing is that this PS, other than this job as the permanent secretary, this PS has never had another job before this one. And that's why this person was chosen to be put there, because there's nothing, they have no experience in anything beyond this position. I got phone calls to the extent of someone in that family telling me to stop.
So you stood on principle.
I stood on business, I stood on principle.
You exhibited good leadership.
And it cost,
one would argue.
And it cost me.
And then it lands you in this predicament. So what does it say about your colleagues who are still serving, who are still silent? Because this is not the only rogue
my issue
operation
is not even, my issue is not so much with the ones who are silent.
Yeah.
My issue is with the people who actually go out of their way to defend
the
rogueness. You see, being silent is maybe their way of dealing with it. Which I still say, if you're silent, you are encouraging the perpetrator.
Right, correct.
But my issue is not so much with the silent ones. My issue is the ones, like I've told you, my colleague was here, she's going to studio to defend the murder and the crimes of this government. And I look at them and I say, I really have a problem with that. I wish you would just be quiet and go to a corner. But
then
you know,
come out and defend.
Yeah. They are defending. They have been, and I know that I sound, people keep telling me heal. I don't want to heal. Why should I heal? I want to channel this.
Yeah.
I want to channel this to the actions that I want to take, so that I go back to that parliament and do the things that we need to do.
Earlier on you mentioned now you want to seek fresh mandate so you can come back. Are you going to Bobasi? You could talk about that.
I'm vying. I'm going to be in parliament. And the best case scenario is that I go back to the Senate as an elected senator. That would be the best case scenario. Yeah. But I will be in parliament. And that you can take from me. I'll be in parliament. I'm vying. And let me tell you something. I do believe that, you know, when all is said and done and we go to wherever we put up, we go to our homes. Yeah? And you think that these things you're doing is because, after 5 years, after all, I'll be done. So I got to make the money that I need to make now and then move on. I don't think anyone in this administration is going to have peace. Because sincerely, the same God that put William Ruto in that office will brutally remove him there. That same God. That same God that we served and we said, this guy, he has so much plans for this country. And we went down on our knees, me being one of them, and prayed and said, please allow for this guy to go to office. That same God will brutally remove William Ruto from that office. And all the gangs around him that have stolen, murdered, and raped the Kenyan people.